Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and salutations. This is Anderson, the Eternal Gamer, and we're here with Obsidian's Pillars of Eternity. This one is a long time coming. Pillars of Eternity, almost a little bit long in the tooth, right? It came out about a year ago, almost a year ago. Definitely not a recent game. I want to say about 8 or 9 months almost, this game came out. I played a little bit of the game, really liked what I saw. Definitely a lot different than that other trifecta of games that came out through Kickstarter. You had Divinity Original Sin, which was the first one, the first darling of the isometric RPG renaissance. Then you had Wasteland 2 and Pillars of Eternity. Those are the three big ones. Very different games. From what I played Pillars of Eternity, and it's about 2 or 3 hours of it, very much better written. Very much better written. They should have written this introduction, realistically. But the storytelling was so much better than what I got in Divinity Original Sin. Divinity is a very slight game, and I don't mean slight in a bad way. I just mean it's fun. It's not meant to be taken super serious. And you get that. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of jokes in this game, in Divinity Original Sin, but Pillars of Eternity, completely opposite. From what I played, the writing was on point. The tale that they were trying to tell, I'm like, whoa, okay, there's some immediate high stakes things going on here, especially when you get to this first town and you hear about the things going on. It's like, holy crap, this is a whole nother cup of tea. This is a very bitter bit of tea versus, what was that old tea manufacturer in the mid to early 90s? Oh god, I can't remember it. Snapple. Yeah, so that's my comparison. Pillars of Eternity was some Earl Grey in terms of story. Divinity Original Sin was Snapple. Fun, irreverent versus stoic and very British. I don't know if these guys are British or not with Obsidian. And somewhere in the middle was definitely Wasteland. Because I thought the storyline with Wasteland actually was pretty good from what I played of it, from what little I played of it. Definitely want to get that for the director's cut for the console, because if they did it half as good a job as Divinity did on the console port, it plays spectacularly. I'm playing this one on the PC, as you can obviously see. Here's the big old Steam, and I kind of like how Steam is written. It's kind of scripty font down here. What is this over here? Pillars of Eternity installed. The White March Part 1. I heard about this. I guess this is the first expansion, the first DLC for this, which is already out, apparently. That's how far behind I am on this game. The DLC is already out. I think I might wait to play that. Definitely until at least I finish the base game. I don't know if your characters carry over into this thing. I would imagine that it actually does. But playing this on the PC, I have heard no rumblings whatsoever of Obsidian having any interest whatsoever in porting this game over to the consoles, which is a shame because I don't know how good Divinity has done on the consoles, but it's a free revenue source. I don't know how much it costs to port that over, and maybe they're going to wait until the White March comes out so they can package a definitive edition, but definitely, it gives you some exposure. The Witcher 3 showed that people were interested in these Western-style RPGs, that it's not all, spiky hair and, waifu, JRPGs all the time on consoles. You can bring some of that very hard medieval stuff over to consoles and be successful. But PC is fine too. Playing with a wired mouse. Don't really know why you need to know that. I was a little worried though, actually. I was playing with a wireless mouse and it was choppy as shit. But switching over to the wired mouse, the input is a lot better. So that's a very long introduction. Let's go ahead and get into a new game. I know the kind of character that I want to play. Let's take a look at some of these difficulty settings, though. Definitely not going to be playing on easy. Normal mode. The normal difficulty requires strategy, and efficiency, but forgives a few mistakes in combat. It is not recommended for newcomers to real-time party-based RPGs. That's another thing that sets us apart from Divinity. Divinity is not real-time. It is turn-based, and I don't want to say, but so combat is entirely Divinity's saving grace. So I want to say that, you know, with having it in real time, they're able to put in a lot more tricky combat scenarios in Divinity Original Sin. I've heard that Pillars of Eternity's combat is not as refined as Divinity Original Sin. It's more along the lines of, say, Dragon Age. If you play the first Dragon Age, it plays exactly like that. Everything happens in real time. You can pause the game. I don't know if I'm going to be pausing it so much. You can set some pause conditions in the settings. You know, from what I played, I wasn't finding, other than the difficulty that I selected, I wasn't finding combat entirely, you know, punishing. Combat was a lot about positioning and, you know, making good use of your spells and whatnot. But again, it's all in real time, not turn-based at all, which is not bad. Hard difficulty is suited for Infinity Engine veterans who are looking for a challenge. Survival requires micromanagement and optimization of stats through items, spells, and abilities. That sounds fair. And then Path of the Damned. In Path of the Damned, enemies receive a bonus to most stats, and encounters have many more enemies. Warning, this option can't be changed in-game. It is only intended for players who want the most punishing encounters. Oh man, I really don't know about that. Expert mode disables a number of helper features in the game. Players who want to rely on their own faculties and intuition while playing the game should play Expert mode. This option is selected when you start a new game. It cannot be enabled in-game, and if disabled, cannot be re-enabled. I don't think I'll be doing any of that, and because it's not telling me what all it does. Trial of Iron and Trial of Iron mode, only one save file is kept for the entire playthrough. If the player is killed, the file is deleted, and you must start again. No thanks. Super passed on that one. To me, these two, well, at least this sounds like more of a quality of life thing, but this one sounds like, hey, let's see how far we can get in Pillars of Eternity. This is definitely after you've beaten the game and have a good handle, I feel like, on some of the mechanics and the character classes. Kind of want to start on Path of the Damned, though. I mean, it increases the number of enemies and increases some of their stats. I don't like the stat increase, but if I'm doing the same amount of damage, I don't think I'll mind it that much. Hard difficulty. Again, I wish it really told you what each of these things is doing. The fact that I cannot change this in-game is a little upsetting to me. You know, because you start the game and you realize, holy crap, this is just too much. So what I think I might do? I'll start the game on Path of the Damned. We'll go for about an hour on the first episode. And if I see things are just like, ugh, maybe, you know, I'll just restart and then just, you know, we'll pick up the next episode and I'll let people know, oh, okay, by the way, I switched it down to hard. I wonder if there's a console setting. I imagine there's got to be a console setting where you should be able to disable this. But we'll start on Path of the Damned. Obsidian Infotainment presents. The music is really great. I'll tell you that right now. The music is just amazing. So far, I kind of remember some of the load times, though. Excuse me, being a little silly for this. Fighter is extremely durable and among the most reliable damaged. Okay.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern, his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Pretty good. That's a pretty good intro. That kind of reminds me of like if you did something like the old Dungeons and Dragons stuff. You had your dungeon master, and this is totally setting the tone for you. A very heady. I don't want to say ominous, but definitely a very specific tone to start the game. Somebody's sick in our caravan. Somebody's got affluenza, maybe. So I think this is. So I played around with the character creator a little bit. So I think it's going to. Hopefully, it's some of my choices. I'm going to be playing as a human paladin, more supporty, tanky. I've looked a little bit online on character stats and whatnot, and what sort of to choose and what not to choose. I think I have a little bit of a handle. I know for a paladin, people suggest that you choose godlike because they've got this really insane buff that makes it, or at least for the paladin, that makes it where they heal themselves 3 times per fight, kind of like when you hit 50, like 75, 50, and 25% health, you just start healing. But I don't like the way these guys look. Unfortunately, that's my big thing. I don't like the way. Oh god, tiny people. I don't like the way these guys look. And I'm all about that kind of role playing. So I'm gonna go with looks like a fish person. I'm gonna go with the human female, and I think I'm gonna go with Savannah folk because I am from. Well, I'm not from. I'm living in Georgia right now. Savannah folk that are called the Natlan come originally from just south of the equator, and with the exception of some groups that migrated north, have remained in the same location for over 10,000 years. That's a long ass time. The name Natlan literally means originals. While quite common in Retzeris, Savannah folk are not usually seen in the dry wood and the Vatalian republics, or the Valian republics. Look at this; they've got tooltips for all this stuff. Mercantile power and former colony of a larger, more ancient nation, Old Valia. The republics lie to the south of Direwood and Glanfeth, and are ruled by a duck elected by the Consugali Asagia, a council of 14 ducks, including its 5 most prominent, the Duck Bells. Probably not pronouncing that right. That probably is pronounced Duke. But I'm going to pronounce it Duck for the rest of this playthrough, because it amuses me to no end to think that ducks are ruling some empire far to the east. The Deerwood, a colonial nation founded by settlers from the Adair Empire. Following a series of conflicts with Adair, the territory became independent in 2672 AI and is now ruled by a duck who is elected by 7 earls that oversee its earldoms. And Savannah folk get once per encounter, 5 seconds after being reduced below 50% endurance. Folk temporarily gain bonuses to accuracy and damage. So not that great. You get better accuracy and damage. So let me show you what the other one does. If you go over to the godlike, and you choose the moon godlike, Silvertide, every encounter when reduced below 75, 50, and 25 endurance, moon godlike generates wave of healing moonlight that restore endurance to them and their allies. See, that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. To have, you know what I mean? This screams healer all over. So you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm not gonna take it on this one. I wonder if this will work for your companions that you give. But like I said, I'm all about the role playing, so I'm gonna go with the human, and I'm gonna go with Savannah folk. Endurance, I believe. Let's take a read about endurance. Says endurance represents a character's short-term survivability. Damage that is not absorbed by a character's damage reduction goes straight to their endurance and health. Potions and healing magic, such as from a paladin, priest, or druid, can restore endurance in combat. When a character's endurance reaches 0, he or she will be knocked out. A knocked out character can be brought back in combat through the use of revivability. Otherwise, characters will regain all of their endurance at the end of combat, assuming they're on the winning side. That's fair enough. So we'll go with this. I'm definitely going to play a paladin. Nice breastplate. Paladins are martial zealots devoted to a god, a ruler, or even a way of life. They can be found in any culture where a fanatical group of like-minded individuals have formed a warrior society dedicated to advancing their cause. Among those aligned to their worldview, paladins are viewed with respect and admiration, if a bit of fear. Many paladins hold leadership positions in armies and mercenary companies, but in the heat of battle, their fanaticism often overrules the chain of command and common sense. So here are the stat points that I get. Starting ability, Faith and Conviction. Paladins have an inherent bonus to all their defenses. They should. Over the course of the game, the value of this bonus may shift based on the reputations the Paladin gains relative to the behaviors that are preferred by his or her order. Okay, so I've got to act the way a Paladin of my order should act. I get Athletics. Adventuring is tiring work. Traveling, fighting, and scrambling up fallen statues could take its toll. The athletic skill counters the effects of accrued fatigue, allowing characters to go farther and fight longer before they suffer penalties. In conversations and scripted interactions, athletics is used for physical feats like climbing, swimming, and jumping. Lore represents a character's accumulated miscellaneous knowledge and trivia, often of occult or esoteric topics. Paladin would know a bit about that. Outside of conversations and scripted interactions, lore is used to activate scrolls. Cool. Higher lore values allow the character to use higher level scrolls. Okay, cool. So it's 42 plus 14 divided by level. I don't know what that means, divided by level. Okay. Health is 5 times your endurance. Okay. Accuracy is 25 plus 3 divided by level. And deflection is 20. Okay, what is deflection? Deflection is the defense used to resist direct melee and range attacks. Oh, that's good. It's defined by the character's class, level, and resolve, but may also be influenced by shields and weapons, talents, and... Okay, accuracy, health... Okay, cool. Health is a long-term damage, only regained through rest. Damage that is not absorbed by a character's damage reduction goes straight to their health and endurance. When a character's health is 0, they're either maimed or killed. Oh god. A maimed character will be reduced to 0 health, will always be killed regardless of settings. Unlike endurance, a character's health does not get restored after combat, but characters have much larger health values in endurance. Oh, okay, so I see what the mechanic is that you're going to be attacked in your endurance first. No, your health first, then your endurance. Or no, your endurance first, then your health. Because endurance respawns per battle, but your health doesn't. So you want to keep your endurance up, but when your health gets low, that's where you're going to have problems. So that's good. That's good. All right, so yeah, we're going to take a paladin. I think I'm going to go with these Darkazi paladins because they have the kind of paladin that I want. I want a passionate and clever paladin. They don't want to be cruel or stoic. I think these other guys... Yeah, these other guys are not the ones... Oh, benevolent and passionate. No, I want passionate and clever. Wait. Honest and diplomatic. Oh, this one's kind of cool too. They hate cruelty and aggressiveness. These guys don't like cruelty and stoicism. Wasn't there a passionate stoic? No, stoic and rational. Cruel, aggressive. These are the nut jobs. Bleak walkers. Yeah, we're going to go with the Darkazi Paladini. They sound Italian. The Darkazi Paladini. The oldest known paladin order in the world, the Darkazi Paladini, were founded as the guards of the Darkazi Palace in Grand Valia. Oh, cool. Over 2,000 years ago. Since then, the shattering of Grand Valia, not cool. The Darkazi Paladin have transformed into the protectors and ambassadors of the immense Darkazi family, as well as old Valian culture. The Darkazi Paladini are widespread and occasionally even come into conflict with each other due to the machinations of the Darkazi family. It's kind of like the Medicis. Paladins of the Order are renowned for their wit and love of life. Okay, so they're passionate. They're passionate and they're witty. They fight for this family that apparently is pretty large and a lot of infighting. So we'll go with these guys. Since I'm going to be playing as a supporty, tanky paladin, I think I'm going to choose Lay on Hands, but we'll take a look at Flames of Devotion. Flames of Devotion calls upon a paladin's inner fire, causing their equipped weapons to burst into flame and adding burn damage to their next attack. So 2 burn counter, speed is instant, affects user full attack, 5 to 8 crush, plus 5 to 8 crush versus deflection, plus 50% damage is burn, plus 20 accuracy. So that's pretty good. But I'm going to go with Lay on Hands. Fueled solely by belief, the paladin is able to heal with the touch of his or her hands, recovering a substantial amount of endurance for the paladin or an ally within range. Ally target gains 54 endurance over 5 seconds. That's pretty good. But the range is a little tiny. Range is 3 meters. So we'll take Lay on Hands. Like I said, I looked a little bit about the paladins. I'm not going to be worried about. Constitution, they also say not really to worry about. Almost taking it down to 5 in some cases. They said the things, you definitely want to take this one down as well. Like down to 5. But you want your perception and your intellect and your resolve to go up. So if I increase this, I can increase it to 19. And it gives me plus 27 concentration, plus 9 deflection, and plus 18 will. Yeah, so will is for mental attacks, deflection is for physical attacks, concentration is for your ability to not be interrupted. Intellect, it determines area effect and will as well. I wonder if this will affect plus 48% area effect, plus 40% duration, and plus 16. Wow, even more will. And then perception influences my reflexes, so I'll get that penalty back from having low dexterity. Reflex was okay. Reflex is for AOE. That's okay. Perception, but I'll get it back from perception anyway. And I get interrupt. What is interrupt? Computes the accuracy reflex and grants a bonus to interrupt. I guess it's your ability to interrupt a character's attack. So we'll raise this up. This looks like this goes up to 8. This goes up to 18. So it almost looks like I've completely recovered the weaknesses to. I got 2 points left. Oh, might as well put it in. Let's see if I put it back into. Put it back into Constitution. My endurance penalty is not so bad. Oh, well, I can take this. I can take this all the way down to level 3. Holy shit! Her action speed is ridiculous, but if she's front line, I don't know how much that's gonna matter. If I bring this back up to 10, which I can't do, so I only get I don't get that hard of a bonus or difficulty to my endurance and health, but let's at least get everything at 5. Minus 15% action speed. Okay, 15 action speed, 15. I can live with that. What's Fortitude again? Fortitude resists attacks on the internal physical systems. Oh, poison. Okay. Oof. Damn, she's got minus 6 Fortitude. I don't know if that's that great. Oh, wait. No, I took it out of this. Maybe that's why I want my Constitution to be 9. So that these poison diseases and whatnot. So she's just gonna have shit for action speed. I don't know what the hell really action speed. In combat affects character's action speed with all the attacks, spells, and abilities that contributes to the reflex defense. We're gonna go with this. Maybe I chose poorly, but I didn't like that super... Well, can I bring this down? Plus 0 damage and healing. If I bring this might down... Ah, nah. Yeah, no, we'll leave that alone. She's going to be a healer. Well, a support healer, not a main healer. We'll leave that one. Yeah, we'll leave that one there. And then we'll go... Yeah, we're good with this. Well, I'll see. I'll see. What is your culture? I have no idea. My culture gonna be old Oh, no, I don't want those weapons. Old I forgot. What does intellect do for me again? Oops. Intellect. Oh, look, I can go back and I can take a look at 5 seconds. Well, it doesn't look like it changed the, it looked like it changed this at all. Intellect gives me, area effect and your will resistance. This one gives me +1 resolve. I think we'll go with the 8 here. What is this one? +1 Constitution. Well, I get my Constitution back up to 10. So that's good. But one of the resolve gives me more. Yeah, if I go, oh, like that's a sweet axe. If I go with the resolve, right, I get. If I go with resolve, I get +10 deflection. Look at that. I think we're gonna have to go with that. The Ixamalti Plains. Located to the northeast of Ir Glanfath, the Ixamital Plains are a large expanse of fertile savannas. But wait, didn't the air deer give me resolve as well? Well, I kind of like this a lot better. Yeah, we'll go with this one. Because I want to be the air deer empire. Yeah, we'll do this one. This was dexterity. No, we're not going to do that. Okay, we'll do that one. We'll do that one. Get the resolve of 20. She's a clergyman. Duh. Totally a clergyman. Oh, wait, she gets lore +2. Oh, these all give you other shit. Athletics +1, lore +1, stealth and survival. What does survival do? Survival allows the character to make better use of food and potion items they find. Meh. That's not bad, actually. Lore +2, colonialist, drifter, athletics, mechanics. I'm guessing mechanics is like lockpicking. Yep. Not a merchant. Slave, athletics, and survival. You've never known freedom. Shackles and chains have bound your existence, and someone has told you what to do your entire life. I think I'm going to roleplay as a clergy. Although, this athletics... Adventuring is time at work... Just count as the effect of it. I'm going to go with the clergy. Oof. I already know the portrait I want. It's we got red hair. Oh, whoa. Oh, I like that. I like that even better though. That kind of, ooh, she looks kind of sweet. I like that. Colors. Let's go all red. Let's red it out. Red and gold. Or red and orange. No, red and gold. Skin. A little bronze skinned. What is this? She's brown skin. Okay, that's cool. Hair color. Fiery red to match our portrait. She can't give her facial hair, that's unfortunately. Fascist. This head is totally gonna make no difference in this. Let's try to match her hair with at least what she's got in the profile picture. That's some fiery hair right there. Okay, it doesn't look like we're gonna get that ponytail down the back. We just get a ponytail. That one's decent. quick scroll through the rest of them. Oh, what was that one? That one looks kind of cool too. Nah. Kind of looks kind of butchy right there. Oh, what is this? Wait, I thought this. We already saw. I already saw this one. This one's kind of. What would a clergy woman have as her hairstyle? That one's decent too. What was this one again? Again, never gonna see their faces probably. We'll be zoomed out the entire damn time. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'll go with that. Slightly regalish. Okay, next. Oh, voice. Yes, totally sinister. No, we're...
Yes?
Oh, perfect. What's Mystic sound like?
I shall need us.
Nope.
Quietly now.
Yes? I shall need us. Ah! Silence surrounds me, leading the way. Shh.
Yes?
Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's fine. You know, I almost want to see... Wait a minute. I wonder if I can get a different skin choice. Ocean folk, metal folk. Wait, is that a different... Are those different skins? It totally is. Look at this shit. Okay, here we go. Look at all these... Okay, yeah, she's totally metal folk. I just wanted to match up with the portrait a little bit better. That's fine. I don't care about being a metal folk. Let's get this back on. I want super red. And then orange. Bright orange. Awesome. Head is good. Hair is good. Alright, next. Benevolent. My name is Annabelle Ash. I love Annabelle. Annabelle Ash. Cool. Accept. Done. That's it. We're Adair clergymen of the Meadow Folk. Awesome. New quest. The Gilded Veil. Journey to the Gilded Veil. That's fair enough. Caravan Master Odema. The Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks.
Sacred He doesn't seem to have much reverence for these green protuberances.
Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Veil's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over. Oh, am I not your kind of woman, sir?
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. In which case you'll be dead in a day.
Oh god, apparently I have the shits.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water.
Alright, thanks.
I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. But see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
I'm not sick. He nods in your direction. Sparfle nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Who the hell is Sparfle? Where would I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need to take a brief moment. Got someone at the door, and I will be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry for that brief introduction or interruption. Well, it wasn't brief at all. It's brief for you. All right, so let's continue this conversation. What are those ruins behind us? Yeah.
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear.
Okay.
Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
He adds with a wink. Your character's attributes, skill, class, race, culture, and sex may all open up options for you in dialogue. These options are not necessarily superior to the other responses, but give you a wider variety of choices to select from. The manner in which someone responds to your choices depends on their individual personality and attitude. Okay. Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Fair enough. Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business.
Oh, wow, that's a curt answer.
And not if the weather holds up.
There's concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year? Rain, mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here, time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether. The spirit's path. Never seen it myself. Never cared to.
Oh, wow, ominous. What are these huge rocks? Well, I thought these huge rocks were the ruins. What are the huge rocks coming out of the ground?
They don't got Audra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world. You believe the stories?
I do believe the stories. Your stories. You're the one that you're telling me. You seem like a trustworthy guy.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
That's creepy. It's kind of like the soul gems, I guess, from the Elder Scrolls. All right, I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He's a man with a plan. He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow. She sounds hardy enough.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time. She needs to find some spring berries. Watch that she doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
Fair enough, Kalisha. Got a sexy...
What kind of guide says something like that?
the rough kind. She got a sexy voice, though.
Kind you can afford.
There you go. That's a good response.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything.
He calls a side. He casts a sidelong glance at her. I like this. So like I'm thinking that all the dialogue is up here, but no, they're actually explaining. It's like a story basically. It's an absolute story.
Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Beawick.
You
Oh
heard the
shit.
man.
Okay.
Let's get going before you keel over.
All right, I will do that. But we're going to go ahead and end the episode right here. A very short, brief introduction to the world of. I actually don't know what the name of this world is. I know I am from Adir, and that I'm serving the Dracosi Paladini. I feel like though we did Air Glanfith. I heard about lots of names, lots of words. It's not just like New Vegas, right? Boom. Where are we at? We're in New Vegas. Actually, we were in Reno, the Mojave Wasteland, with Obsidian's most well-known, I would say, title to the general masses, and I think best-selling as well. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end the episode here. The next episode, I guess we're gonna go and find some spring berries for my rumbling gut, so that I'm not, dropping piles as we hopefully get this caravan moving on out to Valewood. Yeah, that's what I said, right? We want to travel to Valewood. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, go ahead and join me for the next one. All right, everybody, I will see you later.